Hi, friends. If you've been following along, we've already talked about chronic symptoms, even the subtle ones, can be signs that your pet's body is asking for help in a deeper way. Today, I want to talk about what happens when you've already tried to help and it still feels like nothing is working. Because I know how disheartening that can be. You've changed the food, you've tried the supplements, you've done the testing, and still your pet isn't where you hoped they'd be. Maybe they're still itching, reacting to food, still tired or anxious, or just not themselves. That stuck place where nothing feels clear and you don't know what to try next. That's where so many pet parents find themselves. And if that's you right now, I just want to say you're not imagining it. And you're not doing anything wrong, and you're definitely not alone. So, let's talk about what's actually going on in the body when this happens. Because often the problem isn't that you haven't done enough, it's that the body is overwhelmed and it can't move forward until we take some pressure off. So, when your pet is dealing with chronic issues, whether it's skin, digestion, behavior, pain, their body is usually trying to compensate in a dozen quiet ways. The gut is inflamed, the liver is working overtime, the immune system is constantly on alert, and the nervous system is stuck in protection mode. When all these systems are under strain, the body can't heal because it's too busy reacting. That's why I talk about the idea of a reset, not a big cleanse, not a complicated protocol, not doing everything at once. A true reset is gentle. It's about giving the body space to decompress. It's about reducing the load so digestion, detox, and immunity can come back into balance. Sometimes that means simplifying the diet. Sometimes it means supporting detox pathways. Sometimes it means doing less, but doing it more consistently. The goal is to help your pet's body feel safe again so it can stop reacting and start healing. And here's something that I want every pet parent to know: the symptoms you're seeing, they're not random, they're messages. A skin flare up, or a loose stool, or a behavioral shift. Those are all signals that something inside is out of sync. But the challenge is symptoms don't always tell us the full story. That's why I look for patterns, not just individual issues. For example, is the itching worse after certain foods, or is it tied to stress? Does your pet have energy dips or energy spurts at certain times of the day? Are symptoms flaring in cycles, even after changing diets or adding supplements? These patterns matter. They tell us where the body is struggling and where we need to focus first. When we begin to notice these patterns and really listen to what the body is trying to say, things start to shift. But recognizing the patterns is just the first step. The next step is knowing what to do with that insight. And that's where the right kind of support can make all the difference. Because once you start connecting the dots, it can feel both empowering and overwhelming. You might think, okay, I see what's happening, but what do I do with this? So that's exactly why I offer dedicated time to sort through it all. with you gently and without pressure. So if you're in that space of needing clarity or direction, I invite you to explore a pet health strategy session with me. And I'm going to pop up the QR code. There it is. This is a Zoom session. It's focused, it's one on one. We sit down and have a conversation to help you get clear on what's most important right now for your pet's health. We'll look at what's happening in the present, your pet's current symptoms, what you've already tried, and maybe where you're feeling stuck or unsure. And together we'll talk through what your pet is experiencing, identify any patterns or priorities that stand out, troubleshoot what's getting in the way of the progress that you want to see, and outline your next best steps in a way that feels doable and aligned with your goals. So, this session is especially helpful if you're feeling overwhelmed, unsure of what to try next, or just want a second set of eyes on the situation. You'll get a clear, simple plan for what to focus on so you can move forward with confidence and less guesswork. The pet health strategy sessions are really designed to meet you right where you are and help you take the next step forward with clarity and care for your pet. But sometimes a pet health strategy session is just what you need, which is a chance to pause, get your bearings, and take the next step with more clarity. Other times, the situation with your pet may be more complex. There might be a long history of symptoms, multiple visits, test results that don't quite add up, or treatments that helped for a while but never fully resolved things. You may be at the point where a second opinion would be helpful. Or where you'd benefit from a holistic perspective that brings everything together, not just the symptoms, but the patterns, the history, the missing pieces. So, in this case, a telehealth consultation may be the right fit. Let's put up that QR code for the telehealth consultation. So, this is where we take a deeper dive. I'll review your pet's medical records, any lab work you've done, and even photos of your pet's tongue or videos. And because this is actually a diagnostic tool in holistic medicine or Chinese medicine, where I do tongue diagnosis. And it helps me really pinpoint your pet's disharmonies along with the history and the medical records. So you'll receive a detailed email with integrative recommendations tailored to your pet's unique situation. And then we'll meet over Zoom for a full consultation and we'll go over all my recommendations and I'll answer all your questions and we'll put together a plan that works for you and your pet. And then after that, I'll follow up with another email with clarifying information and a copy of the Zoom recording. This kind of support is especially helpful when you've tried everything and you've already tried a lot, but still don't have a clear path forward. And you're ready to look at the whole picture through a different lens. So, whether you're ready for a strategy session or a full consult now, or just thinking about it, I want you to know this: you don't have to figure all of this out alone. You've already done so much. You've been paying attention. You've been showing up, even when it's hard. and you deserve a plan that brings more peace to your home and more comfort to your pet's body. Sometimes the most powerful thing we can do is pause, listen, and reset gently. Either way, I'm here when you're ready. See you in the next video.